It's the Sachsen Sprint, and we are ready to go. Front row, Bagnaia, Marini, Miller. Is he going to get the launch as we're underway in Germany? It is Jack Miller who's powered away on the KTM, and he's levelled the two Ducatis. He's got the inside line down into turn one, and he's tucked the curb on the inside. Bagnaia's going to try and ride around the outside. That's superb from Pecco Bagnaia. What a way to reclaim the lead as he drops down into the Omega.
Yeah, that was so aggressive from Bagnaia. He knew that if he sort of tucked it out round the outside, he'd then have the inside into turn two.
Martin and Marini contact. Marquez did make a great start, but in front Marini and Martin touched as they went through the Omega, and Marini so strong to hold off the charging Martin. Then it's Marquez in fifth, Binder in sixth place, and Zarco again from the start has lost position. Here comes Miller, and he's attacking Bagnaia as we go through turn 8 and up the hill. Surely will run it wide. Bagnaia will try and get that bike on the fat part of the tyre, and he does do so to reclaim the spot, but surely Jack's going to have another go before the end of this one.
Yeah, this is what we talked about. The riders know they can't let Francesco Bagnaia get comfortable, get into a rhythm, so you have to disturb him.
And straight away Jorge Martinez reacted, because Miller, he was compromised, wasn't he, by making that move earlier on in the lap, and it just upsets your rhythm as you go through that section where all the corners link into one another. And it's Martin who has the challenge thrown down to challenge Bagnaia, to beat Bagnaia, to find a way through on Bagnaia after lap 1 in the sprint here in the Sachsenring. So as the Italian leads from the Spaniard, always out of shape there, down into turn 1, that does offer an opportunity for everyone, and Miller comes through. Martin got through. They're so close in turn 2, but Miller leads after Bagnaia made a mistake.
Yeah, it just flicked sideways in the braking zone. You've got that, I call it a braking bump. The bike kicked sideways, and the only thing Bagnaia could do was release a little bit of brake pressure to get the bike under control. And well, Martin didn't need a second invitation. Oh, sorry, Miller didn't need a second invitation.
Well, Martin tried to go through, but Bagnaia recovered, and the thing about that corner, it drops so much away. If you are on the outside, you can almost throw the bike into turn 2 and have the line on the inside, but that's a warning, isn't it, on that kicker that they is down towards turn 1, and perfect for us, perfect for Jack Miller. And the Aussie now leads from the Italian. Drive from Bagnaia on the Ducati there.
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I mean, he made up what then 5-6 bike lengths just on acceleration, but that was setting that corner up. It's a tricky corner, is turn 11. We've seen a lot of crashes there this weekend.
Again, you look at the line there, that Bagnaia sort of rounds the corner speed. Miller's having to square them off, isn't he? And that's perhaps where in the past Ducati, well, they haven't won here since Casey Stoner in 2008. Here comes Miller again on the brakes, and he's going to try and square it down into turn 1, and he will do. He'll run a little bit wide, and he will hang on to the lead. That's excellent from Miller to retake it, but you almost know that the strength of the Ducati these days is actually through the fast corners.
Yeah, which I can't believe you're saying it, but that is the case. But I tell you what, that KTM stops well. We saw it, was it back in Jerez?
Particularly, yeah.
Both riders, I mean, especially Brad Binder, who is on the back of this group. He's worked his way quietly past Marquez, quietly past Bezzecchi, and the man who's already won a sprint race this year, or has he won twice? Yeah, 2 sprint races, is looking threatening at the back. 12 laps to go.
Jack Miller this time making his bike as wide as possible, and it almost balked Bagnaia down there, and Jorge Martin got the roll and takes over the both of them. Oh, that got close between Bagnaia and Miller in there, and again Miller is fighting back on Martin. That was so close to the front tyre of Miller in there. This is an incredible sprint race already.
You really appreciate it more with the aerial view, just how close these riders, the amount of trust. You have got to be confident with the people you're racing with, and there is a lot of trust. I mean, they're nearly touching each other. That part of the track we saw with the aerial view is well over 100 miles an hour. But I don't know what's going on with Jack Miller through turn 11.
Something.
He's slow through there, or the bike doesn't look right. He's clearly not comfortable through that part of the track.
And what was he saying actually? What were he and Binder saying after Mugello? It's actually the faster, longer corners that they are just dialing in still with this new aero package that they've got on the KTM, and it looked very evident, didn't it, through there on that occasion.
This is Jorge Martin pass for the lead, but that was all because of Jack Miller. For whatever's going on around that corner, he's not comfortable. The bike appears to be slow through that, or the setting's not working. We're about to see a bit more on the onboard here as we turn in. Yeah, Jack's in front of Bagnaia. Look, and then he's going to go right round the outside of them both. That's a move and a half, isn't it?
It is to take the lead and then open up a lead in the race.
Look at that riding style. Oh, his shoulders on the deck. if you can be bothered, get off your settee now, get your knee on the floor, and put your shoulder on the floor, and imagine sitting on a motorcycle. Go on, just touch your shoulder to the deck. That's the lean angle this guy's got right now. Gab's trying it. Gab, you won't get back up.
Can you help me up?
His back's out. But just imagine, he's got his shoulder on the ground.
Incredible.
I mean, it's the newest of new school way of riding, but he does it so effectively. And look now, the lead's up to 1.4 seconds.
If it stays like this and Martin goes and wins, he takes second in the championship, and it's a shot in the arm for Martin, who felt snubbed by the fact he didn't get given the factory ride, and Enea Bastianini did last year. Thoroughly deserved for Bastianini, you have to say. 5 laps to go in the sprint here at the Sachsenring. Brad Binder desperately trying to find a way to get through on Luca Marini.
And it's where Binder's good, though, at this point now. There's 5 laps to go. The tyres are going off, even in the sprint race, because they get abused around here. They're all on that soft rear slick. But this is where Binder just digs in and keeps on fighting, and he will not settle for 5th place. He will attack. Yeah,
he is a terrier, snapping around the ankles of Luca Marini, and Marini is one of those. And I know he's got better in latter stages of race, but his bigger frame around somewhere like this can mean that the tyres just get burnt out that bit quicker than the others. I have to say, Jack Miller's doing a good job still to hang on, trying to hang on to Bagnaia, but he's pulling on Marini, isn't he? And you do feel Binder's desperate, or needs to get past here to have any shot of the podium. He's going to go here, down towards turn 12. It had to come, didn't it? Binder's tried to set it up, but I tell you what, Luca Marini outbreaking Brad Binder, full credit.
And making the apex, I think that makes it, just to really emphasise how difficult it is. Binder's always so late on the brakes. I mean, look how close he is. But I'll tell you what, Marini has got his braking markers perfect, and he's got that bike, the setting of the bike perfect. But here he goes.
What incredible trust that was as well through that final corner from Brad Binder. He's going to run wide. It's going to run wide, and the cutback is going to be for Luca Marini again, and nothing Binder can do. But I mean, the way he got that bike turned out at the final corner, he was latched onto the back of Marini, wasn't he? All the way down the straight.
Yeah,
if he lose anything on him.
That's
Maverick. Maverick has gone. Turn 1 is...
Turn 1 again. It crashed there earlier this weekend.
Yeah. Where is he? There he is behind Janant.
Slightly wide. Slightly wide. Obviously, kind of a little bit too much speed in.
And this is the battle for 4th. Further back, Bezzecchi, just a viewer really from 7th, and then Alex Marquez leading. Bastianini, Espargaro, Marquez, Digi, Quartararo 13th, Morbidelli 14th on the Yamahas, and Augusto Fernandez in 15th spot.
Last year's winner, Quartararo 13th. Gav, say it again. It's hard to believe what's happening there at Yamaha.
Here we go then. Johan Zarco. Goes for the move through the waterfall. Zarco's just thrown it on the inside. We've seen it over the years, people do the move. But in MotoGP, on the last lap, well, Zarco fancied a piece, and he has got Brad Binder on that last lap.
I need to see that again.
I think we all do. As Jorge Martin, his teammate, comes to the line to take victory in the sprint race at the Sachsenring. So Martin wins, Bagnaia in 2nd, Miller 3rd, Marini holds off Zarco for 4th. Binder does take 6th, but he won't take kindly to Zarco's move at the end of the race there. Bezzecchi is 7th, Marquez, the Alex version, is 8th. Espargaro 9th, rounding out the point scoring positions, and then Bastianini is 10th with Marquez, Digi, Quartararo, Fernandez pinched 14th from Morbidelli at the end, and then Oliveira, Nakagami and Fernandez rounding out the field.
Gav, that move at the end from Zarco was as aggressive as I've seen. It was almost a bit of frustration of there is no way through on the fastest, scariest, one of the scariest corners of the whole season, turn 11. You do leave a bit of a gap there. It was brave. I don't know if he'll get a penalty for it. I mean, there was contact. He's barged him off the track.
Look, he's following the line. Binder's on Marini's line. Oof.
Yeah, gives him the nudge, knocks him off the track. As far as we know, with what the stewards will do, that is a clear
contact.
It's contact
with another rider forcing him off the track.
Which will be drop of position.
Bezzecchi, thinking Brad Binder himself. No further action taken after that incident. Well, there'll be a few people raising an eyebrow to that after penalties that we've seen recently, won't they?
Yeah. It is it's the #1 complaint from the whole paddock, talking about consistency from the stewards.